What's going on, guys? Welcome to a Bumpy ride review. Today I want to talk about Marvel's The Punisher, the new Netflix series that just dropped this weekend. Don't usually do reviews via video as far as movies, TV shows, that kind of thing. Usually save that for the Monday night chats, but I wanted to go ahead and put this video up because this is something that most people in my audience are at least somewhat interested in. I mean, we're all gun guys, and Punisher is the quintessential gun hero or anti-hero or vigilante, right? Like, he is the go-to. When you're talking about a character, a vigilante, a hero, anybody that uses guns, Punisher he's the go-to, right? I mean, to the point that Chris Kyle used the Punisher logo as kind of his go-to logo, right? Like, it's gone beyond just comic books. It's a part of pop culture, as it were. So, 13 episodes, Netflix series drops. I think some people would be interested to know what to expect from it if you haven't already seen it for yourself and you don't already have your own opinions on it. So 13 episodes, each episode about 45 minutes, give or take. So quite a bit of entertainment there. The short and sweet of it was that I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I liked it a lot. And I'm not going to get into any spoilers or anything like that in this. Not that there's too much to spoil. I mean, the basic premise is, hey, here's a guy. We saw him in Daredevil Season 2. Had some bad things happen to him. He's an ex-Marine. His family was killed. And he decides to become a vigilante and get justice for himself. That's basically the premise. In this, it goes more into what his time was like in the Marines. It goes into who was behind actually killing his family, and goes into him trying to get revenge and what he's got to do to take care of that kind of stuff. Now, I will say, some people I've heard complain, even though it's only been out for a few days, that there just wasn't enough gunfights in there. And to that I say, really? Because there was an awful lot of gunfighting in there. There was a lot of good action. Yes, there was also this little thing called character development. That was in there as well, but there was plenty of action for my taste. I mean, I guess, sure, if you wanted to do 13 straight episodes, which is probably close to, I don't know, 10 to 11 hours straight of gunfighting, that has its place as well. I would have stuck around and watched that, but the character development was actually good quality entertainment on its own. I liked where they went with all the characters, with Micro, with Frank Castle, with the family aspect of it, with the aspect of these people that Frank used to know. And again, I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but I thought it was all very, very well done, especially coming after Iron Fist and Luke Cage from Netflix, which were both just not good. Not good. They've thoroughly redeemed themselves, in my opinion, with Punisher. Absolutely, hands down. I really, really like this show. Now, as far as being a gun guy goes, right? Like, there is one thing that I think I'm going to hear people talk about, but I want people to really put it into perspective. There was an aspect where they tried to make some Patriot types, gun owners, look kind of nuts. There was one character in particular who, right from the very beginning, from the very first episode, basically starts talking about they're coming after our rights and our guns and our jobs and that kind of thing. He was very much that type of character, all right? And you kind of go, oh, great, here we go. But then in the end, this guy just kind of peters out. He doesn't really do anything, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't do anything other than talk big, and you find out he's kind of just, he's a nobody anyway. And then there's another character that actually does kind of turn out to be a quote-unquote nut job. But they very clearly paint him as just a nut job who has issues that don't revolve around whether or not he's a patriot. He's got problems. And they do bring up the gun debate. This will be a little spoiler here. They do bring up the gun debate via a senator, I believe, who is anti-gun, and he actually has back-and-forth conversations with other characters on the show about how guns are bad. And it's other characters on the show, characters we know, who argue for guns. So before you go, oh, they threw some anti-gun stuff in there. Yes, and then they also had one of the main characters of the show, a recurring character who's been on other Marvel shows, then be the one to step in and defend guns and say, yeah, but sometimes having a gun to stop a bad guy is a good thing. So before these arguments come out that, oh, well, it was anti-gun. No, it wasn't. They threw both sides of the argument into the show, and in my opinion, from watching the show, the pro-gun side of the argument won, especially when the hero of your show goes around and shoots all the bad guys. So, I saw some of that stuff start to pop up on Facebook from some of my pro-gun friends, and they're like, I don't want to watch it because it's anti-gun. It is very clearly not anti-gun at all. It is a very pro-gun message, if you ask me. Punisher as a whole is a pro-gun character. So, in the end, I thought this was a great show. I thought they did a very good job. I thought there was good character development, fantastic action, good plot. The story made sense through and through. It was very even-toned throughout the entire thing. Very different from, let's say, Luke Cage, which had a great first, 6 episodes, and then the last 7 were complete shit, right? Or Iron Fist, which the tone was so low through the entire thing, and then occasionally it would jump up to some ridiculous fight scene that made no sense with the rest of the show. This was just good, grade A quality entertainment the entire way through, all 13 episodes. I never felt like it should have been shorter, which I certainly did with some of the other Netflix shows. I feel like, oh, 13's just too much. This was perfect, right? 13 episodes was perfect. It told the story from beginning, middle to end in perfect fashion. So there you go. There's my review. Go check out Punisher. It's a great show. Whether you're pro-gun, doesn't matter, but it is, in my opinion, a pro-gun show. So that'll probably help a lot of you guys out there watching this. But go check it out. Go have fun. Go enjoy it. It's a great TV show to binge watch. There you go. There's my bumpy ride review of Marvel's The Punisher on Netflix.